Welcome into Gumball Sports Machine, your favorite podcast, your favorite show. This is the show in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. And as always, I am not on my own. I am not Dolo. I am joined by David, my boy, my dog, David Largo, D-Lo, Flip Say Less, a.k.a. co-host D-Lo has joined the building. And D-Lo, look at that. Almost a smile that time.
Yeah, almost.
There it is. There it is.
Not close enough.
All right. Well, you don't want to smile. Oh boy. Show those teeth, baby. You have bottom teeth? I didn't realize you had. And of course, we are joined.
That's so.
I'm just saying. We don't see you
I'm
smile
not
anymore.
Curse again. It's a family-friendly show.
See, family-friendly. Okay, and hey, I'm not supposed to be cussing because I'm supposed to be.
And if you're looking for unfamily friendly, like I said in my comment, go follow the Whack Show everywhere.
Thank you, D-Lo. Go listen. Whack Show. It's a pretty great show. You know what else is a great show? You know what other show is a great show? The Wave Show. And speaking of which, that is our time to bring in my uncle, my dog, ROG, and the man we call the Generalizer Triple OG Tone.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Come on, baby.
Hi, brother. Look at that. See, that's more of a smile than what D-Lo gives us.
Yeah, I don't see him smiling. I was looking. I just squint.
You know what, D-Lo, can I borrow your glasses? Maybe I can see a smile if I use her. Oh my gosh, is that what you look through every day?
I can see outside his house.
That's great. That's blasphemy.
That was nasty work.
My bad.
D-Lo, what was the worst glasses nickname you've been ever called?
Glasses nickname?
Yeah. So like there's four eyes. Those four eyes, and then there's Blindy and
I didn't really get any of that. I just had a bunch of people call me Mr. Crocker in high school. I know you remember that. That's why you're laughing.
Okay. I do want to put it out there. I was not one of those people. Okay,
yep.
D-Lo was one. D-Lo,
and you know what? This is pre-recorded, so let's put a picture up.
Yep. You know what, D-Lo? Do you have a picture of you in high school?
I do.
Okay. Well, okay. Send it to me, and I will actually put it up in the video.
All right. I have a picture of me with this is in high school with everything that I've been called in high school. I have a picture of that. I'll send that to you, and you could put it up right there.
So we can
cut to a clip.
We cut to a clip. Here's Tone.
Here's Tone.
Here's Tone. Bringing his own baby oil to a Diddy party. No, we don't have that clip.
The picture I sent in high school is what it looked like right here.
See, he ain't no good, D-Lo.
Yeah, and that's no good.
We see now what they was doing down in the 30s and 40s. You don't want that to get exposed, right? So if that were to get exposed,
that would have been stylish back in my day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know what Lowe was doing with that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a dark time.
A decade late.
You know what? It's okay.
Yeah, but listen, in high school, I was genetically 50 years older because I was already starting to bald. So I just had the part to sort of cover up the fact that I was balding.
Okay, well, for me, I didn't start balding until after high school. I had a nice full head of hair.
Hey, wow, good for you,
24 hours after.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You know good. You know good. Hey, we're turning this into a wave episode right now. What's going on?
It's my bad. That's my
GSM.
Because y'all call me old every episode. So I got
honestly, Tone, I've been waiting for you to push back. I've been waiting for you to throw jokes back. We call you old all the time, and you just kind of sit there and, as I mentioned earlier, take it.
No? Moving on.
Okay. So you know what? Yeah. Shout out to Tone for finally throwing shots back. That was also that was also really bad. Maybe
throwing it back. What?
Tone, hey man, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. No,
Um,
no. Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah. Put
Ah!
this. Yep. Put this in a clip.
We might have to clip this. Okay. No, that this is a sports show. Let's talk about sports instead of Tone's role in the Jackie
You
Robinson
know,
movie.
it's not too late to turn it into a whack episode just right now.
No, it is absolutely too late. It is much too late. Also, if you haven't, subscribe to the Whack Show on YouTube. Okay,
And the
boys,
Wave Show.
and the Wave Show. Well, the Wave Show is on here, so we
Yeah.
upload.
Because Maul is slacking and putting together YouTube and Instagram and TikTok for the Wave Show.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor, okay? Look across the football field and see if you can see the giant numbers on the screen on the other side of the building. And you can, if you can see them clearly, we can have a talk.
I can.
Oh, well,
What these specs give me.
no, without the glasses. With the glasses is cheating.
Hey, well, I couldn't even see what's in front of me right now if I took the glasses off, so that ain't happening.
All right, Stevie, thank you.
sometimes that's a favor.
That is true.
I'm almost legally blind.
No,
Thanks
you won't
for
be
thanks for that point that nobody asked for, D'Lo. Anyways,
You're a bad friend. You're a bad friend.
Well, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Moving
That
on.
wasn't necessary. All right. We have to talk about sports.
Yes.
Boys. This is what
Yes.
this is what this show is.
Great podcast.
It is fantastic. All right, so there's been a problem recently in the NBA, and this is not just a problem this year, but it is worsened this year. It's been worse this year than it has in recent years. And Adam Silver came out and talked about it. But boys, the NBA has a major tanking problem, which means you are purposely losing games in order to give yourself a better draft pick. Now, this year, a lot of teams are taking it to another level because of how loaded this draft class is. When you talk about guys like Darren Peterson and AJ DeBansa and Caleb Wilson, and I mean, a lot of these guys, Jacob Toppin was one of those guys. He just tore his ACL the other day, unfortunately. But this is a loaded draft class.
Baby
Boozer.
Cam Boozer, Keaton Walker.
Noah Pete. That's
Cole
the
Pete.
Arizona kid.
Yeah, Cole Pete, Braden Burries. Like this is a loaded draft class, and for that reason, a lot of these NBA teams are starting to purposely lose so that they can get a better draft pick. Adam Silver has noticed this. He spoke about it the other day at the All-Star break. Now, Shams is reporting that there are possible solutions that they are going to come up with in order to prevent as much tanking as what's going on. So I'll start with this. This is from Shams' Twitter. It says multiple sources with knowledge of Thursday's GM meeting as well as late January competition committee meeting told ESPN that the following concepts have been discussed to curb tanking, aka stop tanking. So first round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 or higher. Okay. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date. Okay, so which means your record at the trade deadline is that's the record that enters the lottery. Okay. No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. So if you finish in the top 3 back-to-back years, you are not allowed to pick in the top 4 that following year. Teams can't pick top 4 the year after making the conference finals. This is an interesting one. So the Pacers and their situation right now, obviously they lost Tyrese Halliburton to a torn Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year. We see how bad they've been this year. So because of that, they wouldn't be able to pick in the top 4 of this year's draft. Okay. And then lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. Lottery extended to include all play-in teams. Flatten odds for all lottery teams. So which means all the lottery teams have the same chance to get the first overall pick. Tone, when you look, reading off those different possible solutions that Adam Silver and company could come up with to slow down tanking or completely stop tanking, which one stands out to you the most, and how realistic do you think it is for these rules to actually stop tanking?
The one that kind of stands out the most is, I say two of them to me, is that your record, the record that they use for the draft, stops at the trade deadline, and then you said all teams who are in the lottery they have the same odds, correct?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like those two tied together. And then also I'd add, no, I do not think it's going to change. Teams may try to mask it better or use, I don't know. To me, it's almost like gambling, but they might figure out a way to make it look less tanking-ish. But I still think they're gonna figure out a way. But it's nasty because as a fan, and I know you've expressed this many times, Maul, you expect to see your team try when you go to a game. I mean, even when you're watching the game from home, you don't want you don't want your stars on the sideline. You expect your coach to go out there and ask for the team to perform well and want to win every game. And so when you've already drawn a line in the stand early in the season and said, you know what, fellas, we're going after so and so, it's tough to want to watch your team. And then I think it's tough as a player because one, those dudes are trying to get their bag. And so if you trying to tell me that Siakam doesn't want to be productive for the Indiana Pacers because they're trying to go after AJ baptize him, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't make no sense to me. And especially when AJ might mess around and be playing his position. Um, it's nasty work, and again, to me, it's similar to gambling. Like you could imagine that there's a player who says, "Oh, I have to score under 25 for you to make, 15 grand off of $1,000 bet." Oh, sounds like when the coach pulls me in the office and tells me I can't score 30 tonight and we need to lose. I mean, it's the same conversation to me. And that's nasty work, man. That's nasty work. As a fan of the game, I love my hometown teams. I want JB to go out there and get buckets. I want Peyton Pritchard to go out there and get buckets. I want now Vucci Main to do the same. Like, there's no way that I would. And I joked about it early in the season, but there was no way that I truly wanted to see the Celtics be that awful. I would much rather them go out with a fight. Um, and I'm glad that we did that. But yeah, I'd have to say those two are the two that stand out to me. And I'm sort of like I'm hearing what you're saying. I have to see it, and like I'd have to go on for a year for me to really understand how that's going to be effective.
Low, again, these are a lot of things that could be added into the rules of the NBA to prevent tanking. But I don't know if you can input all of the rules at once. Maybe you put two in there, you put and two in the next year, and etc. Which one of these rules do you like the most, and do you think that these could work? These could slow teams down from tanking.
I mean, realistically, the only one that I think would completely fix it is flattening the odds. You give everyone the same odd at the number one overall pick. And that just incentivizes that, hey, even if you try and go out and lose these games and you suck, you still aren't guaranteed that number one pick just because you're losing. But again, that's kind of a double-edged sword because there are teams that are just genuinely bad that just can't win a lot of games, and then you're punishing those teams in particular. But at the end of the day, it's what matters more. Do you want to fix the tanking problem, or do you care more about the teams that are just genuinely bad? And you kind of just have to pick one or the other. So in terms of which one I think would be the most effective at stopping tanking, it would be that one. But with that said, The one that I just cannot see happening, and I mean, maybe it will, but I think there would have to be certain stipulations around it, is that teams can't pick for the year after making the conference finals. I just don't think that that would work. And if you look at Indiana, for example, they lost their, well, arguably, some would still pick Pascal, but arguably their best player in Tyrese Halliburton to an Achilles. And that's just going to cripple the team, especially from that guard position, because we all know defense really runs through that guard spot. And pace and everything related to a team runs through that guard spot. And so for them, they are crippled. We knew that they weren't going to be as good as they were. Now, do we think that they would be as bad as they were? No. And part of that is because, as we've seen it, they got fined for sitting players when realistically they probably shouldn't have been sitting. So then they made it obvious that they were trying to suck. But prior to that, Pascal had said, multiple times, like, hey, I'm just trying to go out there and compete. And he was trying to get the guys to do the same thing. So I don't think it's really from a player perspective that tanking is happening. It's definitely from coaches and management. But the other thing is that I feel like that's a direct targeted shot at Oklahoma City in particular, saying, hey, the Clippers are kind of bad, but since you made the conference finals, you can't have a top 4 pick. Because that's what it would be, right? They just made the conference finals, and under this rule, they would not be allowed to have a top 4 pick. So that's why they kind of have to specify it a little bit and say that the team owning that pick can't. So the Thunder's first round pick wouldn't, but the Clippers, who are bad, still could be in the lottery and they could still have that pick. So it's kind of just how it's worded to me. Obviously, none of these are a guarantee. All of them might happen. None of them might happen. But to me, those are the two that stick out.
Yeah, I mean, all of these things. It sounds good. It sounds good. Now, will there actually be action taken? It sounds like there will be, but how much action can you really take against tanking? It's tanking almost seems like a superstar in the NBA. Like, you might be able to contain him one game, or you might be able to, slow him down one game, or you might be able to, hold him to 15 points one game. But he's still going to average 29 to 30 points. And so that comparison is, okay, next year, okay, you might slow some of these teams from tanking. You might prevent some of these teams from tanking next season. But what about the season after that? Are they still good? Because there's going to be loopholes in these things. There are going to be loopholes in these things. Are you going to be able to implement these rules into the NBA and consistently prevent teams from taking every single year? I don't see it happening. I just don't. That's the way that basketball is right now. Again, I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of baseball. It is a lot harder to tank in both of those sports. Now, for their own given reasons, but it is a lot harder to tank in those sports than it is in basketball. And funny enough, basketball is the only sport that has a lottery. So they all sound good. The freezing the lottery odds at the trade deadline, the flattening out all the odds for all the lottery teams. It all sounds good. How much action is legitimately going to be taken against tanking? Because, Tone, and you mentioned it, if I'm watching the Suns, everybody knows I'm a Suns fan. If I'm watching the Suns, I want their best effort every single night. Because whether I'm paying for a subscription to watch them play or I'm at the actual game watching them play, I want my money to be worth it because I am a fan and I want to see the best possible product they can put out on the basketball floor. And if that's not what they are doing, then that needs to be fixed. Because, again, teams like the Utah Jazz, teams like the Sacramento Kings now, all of a sudden, Domantas Sabonis has season-ending injuries. Zach LaVine has a season-ending injury. On 2 days apart.
I'm just gonna say that real quick. It's a good thing that we're doing the pod right now because Suns are down 20.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary.
Oh my!
That wasn't necessary.
With that said, though,
and
Sabonis
Devin
was
Booker's
trying
also
to
out.
play through it. He was, and Shams came out and tweeted that.
He was. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm not. Now, maybe I should rephrase that. I'm not saying that I know that they're purposely doing it. I know Sabonis has been hurt all year, so I know he's been in and out of the lineup, and now he's getting surgery to fix whatever it is.
But it's tough to differentiate the teams that are doing it, obviously, from the teams that actually have real injuries. And
the other thing is
hammer right on the net with that, Tone.
You can't tell what's from management and what's from the actual player either, because Sacramento might have shut him down, and then he decided, like, hey, if I'm getting shut down, I may as well have this surgery. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to tell.
He's a player that needs to get traded because he's been maybe a top 5 center in the league for the past. Who knows?
He rolled out of bed, get 12, 12, and 12. Yeah, and imagine if he was still in Indiana. Now, obviously, him and Tyrese Halliburton were traded for each other, but imagine if he was still in Indiana for Tyrese Halliburton or with Tyrese Halliburton. That'd be an insane lineup. Now, again, D'Lo, you mentioned this. It starts at the top, and when we were reacting to the Super Bowl, and one of the things I mentioned was the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody from the owner to the coach to the players to the janitors, to the equipment managers, to the water people, all of them want to win. They all have the same goal in mind. They all want to win a Super Bowl. However that needs to get done, they're willing to do what they need to do in order to get that done, which is why they are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Now I move over to basketball. It starts at the top. It starts at the top of any organization. That's a really bad example. Because it starts at the top. You know what? It is a good example. And I hate saying this. You know what? Tony, if you can move your head just to the left a little bit, that's a great example of a great team, of a great organization. Now, again, I troll him a lot because I know Tony's one of my best friends in the world. So I'm gonna troll him all the time about his team. But on this podcast, when I'm talking real, when I'm spitting like real stuff, the Boston Celtics are an organization you are proud to be a fan of because of what they represent at the top. They're going to try to win every single year. Every single year. They lost their best player. You see what the Pacers look like without their best player, and you look at what the Celtics look like without their best player, and tell me the difference between the two teams. There has to be buy-in from everybody.
Unless you're in 2012, in which case then they weren't really trying to win, but what do I know?
Well,
we had Danny Ainge back then.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Can I ask you a question? Where's Danny Ainge right now?
Apologize.
Somehow 2 and 2 does in fact equal 4.
And listen, all I'm saying is that I turned it around because I'm living it.
Yeah,
I am living it.
That's amazing.
The exact thing that you were talking about,
right there.
From the top to the coach to the players, they all want to win, and that's why we're mediocre every year. That's why we're never in the lottery. Never in the lottery.
Now with my team, Tones, that you want to, we're down 20. That's okay. And Devin Booker just got hurt because he bumped his little hip. I don't know what.
Hey, Lowe got to graduate so he can take care of Devin.
Yeah. Can you come on, David? Go take care of my dog, man.
You can go rub his feet.
I didn't say nothing about his feet. See, there you go talking about his feet. You leave that man's feet alone. Whatever money he making on OnlyFans on his first feet, then you let him make that money. But again, genuinely, fellas, like organizations. Now, last year, oh boy, you guys know how I felt about the Suns. I was ready to flip. I was like, you know what? I've been a Suns fan my entire life. This is pathetic. It was just pathetic. Now, it doesn't change the fact that they wanted to win because Matt Ishbia, if you ask me, is one of the most passionate owners, if not the most passionate owner in the NBA. And he is going to try to win. When coming into the season, including me, I said, hey, you know what? This is a season where you're trying to get the young guys experience. You try to get Malawach in there and Fleming in there and Kobe Brea in there and see what you got in the young guys because you don't have any draft picks. You don't have any first-round draft picks until I'm in my 30s, and I'm 23 years old. And so – and now, but you see what they've been able to do. Now, today's a really bad example, but they're 9 games over 500 when everybody, again, including me, the biggest Suns fan on the face of this earth, And I thought they were going to win 35 games. They already won 32, and it's the first game out of the All-Star break. That's a organization that is trying to win and is trying to do something to win from the top to the bottom. Now, are they going to win? No, they're not going to win this year. Of course not. They don't have the roster to do it. But at least they're trying. And at least they're trying. It's just it's a little bit of effort. You know, Pops always says it's a little bit of effort that goes the longest way. And to see these teams purposely trying to lose when they have millions and millions and millions of people supporting these teams, it's heartbreaking. I'd be losing it if I was a Jazz fan. Maybe. Because, well, they do get a good pick. Well, then you get one of those guys. Well,
I was gonna say part of it is the society we live in now. Now everything is we want it now. Like when do we want it? We want it now. And so how can you create that? It's tanking. You know, like look at what Lowe's speaking to is his team is quote unquote trying every year, and they're living in that space to where it's almost uncomfortable for Lowe as a fan because you're like, yeah, we won that game. We might win 40 games this season, but we're not going to win no playoff games, and now we don't have any draft picks of value. To whereas Utah might get a top 10 pick, and they already have created and established a quality lineup. And so if you add a top 10 pick, especially from this year, Utah might be able to turn something around on the West Coast. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just stating the obvious that what you spoke to earlier is maybe the NBA has created bad business by having a lottery. Maybe that's literally what they need to eliminate as a whole, is eliminate the lottery.
I would not be against that, but I think it would just kind of be just as that because if they eliminate the lottery.
You're muffled.
Uh-oh. Is it better now?
You're good.
Okay.
What's the show? You got it. You know, it's cool.
Hey, you know what? Now the show has started. But if you eliminate the lottery, that means the team with the worst record gets the first overall pick. And so that, I don't want to say enhances and encourages more the teams to tank. So, I mean, the lottery, the idea of the lottery odds flatten out for all the lottery teams. Doesn't matter what your record is. If you did not make the playoffs, you have the same odds as the worst team in the league, or if you just missed the play-in. That I don't mind because then it kind of evens itself out. But even then, like to D'Lo's point, if you're actually legitimately a bad basketball team and you need a first overall pick to turn your franchise around, especially in a draft like this,
I don't think that guarantees it though. Look at the Pelicans.
No.
Well, the Pelicans traded their first round picks, and then
But you got Zion. I got Zion, and it didn't change anything.
No. Well, for a little bit,
that's true.
It's a little bit, but I mean, he's horrible.
At that point, I feel like there are other things that you could do, like maybe the bottom, 4 teams get the top 4 picks based off of record, and then the rest of the odds are flattened. Like I'm sure that there's some way to around that. Because, like, realistically, those bottom teams suck. They suck. Brooklyn.
And that's why it's weird. Because it doesn't change enough. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of rookies that are like, I pray I don't end up on that team. I pray I don't end up on that team.
Oh, yeah. There are definitely some New York Jets organizations in the NBA that teams don't want to end up with.
And the other thing is that I saw this on Twitter and people are really liking the idea, and I don't really understand the whole part about it. It's just eliminating the draft altogether and letting rookies just sign wherever they want.
I hate that.
And I hate that too. Mainly because it will kill small market teams.
Yes.
It will absolutely kill small market teams.
Yeah. Absolutely
talk about it.
The only way that works to me is if you iron out the league. You literally say all superstars / stars got to be on, like, you got 30 of them. Each one of them has to be on a different team. And now I'm sure that there'll be players that go, I want to be on D Book's team. I want to be on Tyler's team. I want to be on Jaylen Brown's team. And so that will create that motion. But again, I don't think that'd be too tough to iron out because you'd have 4 players that want to sign with KD and 5 players that want to play with Luca, and just how do you have to have a lottery for that?
Yeah,
That's why I didn't understand why it was on Twitter gaining so much traction. And I saw that and I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Well, we live in the incompetent age.
that well, it's hard to argue that.
Hard to argue.
Yeah.
We got this guy sitting to our, he's to my right over here. This guy over here.
Yeah. What about me?
Nothing. You just mentioned incompetency and
Well, as much as I would like to argue that, I have no argument. Um, Speaking of Twitter, we all know an NBA player that has been known to have very active Twitter fingers and has been very quick to respond to some people on Twitter. And
Who's that? Bronny James?
Who?
Bronny James?
Nah. Close. Yeah, he's probably about, I don't know, 6 hours away, 7 hours away. Probably way off on that, but I've never driven from LA to Houston. Kevin Durant, he has admitted before that he has active burner accounts on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. Recently, to what's being called the KDF files have been released. Now, these are all alleged, but some of these quotes that have come from this account make it very, very interesting.
This is the downplay of other files.
Yeah. Huh?
My bad. Wrong show.
See, there you go. See, there you go. Sorry, I seen your name in those files. But here's what Kev. Okay, here are some of these supposed quotes, and I'm gonna run through these because these are kind of insane. Here are some of these supposed quotes tweeted from these accounts that are alleged to be Kevin Durant's burner accounts. The Rockets franchise player, Alperen Şengün, can't shoot or defend. Jabari Smith is the R word. Steve Kerr has hated black people ever since Michael Jordan punched him in the mouth.
Listen, I'm almost sorry to cut you off, but he named his son Nick.
See, no comment. I plead the fifth. If Israel needs drones, just let me know.
Whoa. That's extreme.
Devin Booker and Frank Vogel are dictators. I'm not going to name the names that he stated, but just think of some of the worst people, the worst dictators of all time. The Suns are my team when we lose, and Devin Booker's team when we win. Man, I miss Ben Simmons. At least he passed the ball. Steve Kerr never drew up plays or suggested anything, but he won a bunch of titles.
I agree with him.
I miss James Harden. He has a good heart. Kind of delusional, but I get him. Chris Paul doesn't know ish.
Not the point guard.
If you don't run the cutoff and pass the ball to Steph Curry, the Warriors will cut you.
Yeah. He might be on something.
Anybody know anything about Jokic's turnovers? Kyrie Irving didn't compete with me, but that triple-double addict, Russell Westbrook, did. What is going on here?
Nasty word. Why you gotta do Rusty like that, man?
Lo, if you're Kevin Durant, okay, and all this stuff came out. Now, he was asked about it the other day, and he said, oh, I'm not going to, I understand you have to ask that question, but I'm not going to, I'm going to leave that alone. The thing that stood out to me is he never denied it. Never denied it. Lo, if you're Kevin Durant and you're coming in from the All-Star break after all this goes viral and all these things happen, how do you walk into the Houston Rockets locker room confident after all the things that he alleged said about his teammates and make a run for a championship?
You don't. I think that's pretty simple. Because I mean, outside of the fact that I just don't think Houston is competitively good anymore, I think I don't think that this really harms the team in any way. And I might be an outlier for saying that, but KD just doesn't seem like the type of guy to really care on if he says this or not. And I feel like any team that trades for KD just knows that at this point. And we've talked about it. KD really isn't a leader. He's just not that. He's just a guy who will walk in and he'll drop you anywhere from 25 to 35 a game and he'll get out of there. And that's fine. But from a leadership perspective, he's just not that. And he is, what people say, kind of arrogant. So this doesn't shock me that he didn't deny it. It doesn't shock me if the team collapses because that's just what I think of KD at this point. I just don't know if he has what it takes to be a top guy on a team just because he doesn't have the leadership quality.
Tone, after seeing these, and again, they're all alleged, there's no evidence or, hard proof that these accounts, these tweets came from a burner account of Kevin Durant. But hypothetically, say that these quotes did come from Kevin Durant and his burner account. Are you looking at Kevin Durant differently?
First, I want to say, I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Shaggy is, the reggae artist.
Nah.
It wasn't me.
Oh, his name is Shaggy?
Yeah. So I was going to say Kevin Durant sent me a tweet, a DM me, and it just was a picture of Shaggy. So, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm just going to put that out there.
Oh, see, there you go. See, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a burner account of my own, and I'm just going to completely just poop on you guys on Twitter. Hey, Tone should retire. Tone's 78 years old. Hey, D-Lo, how many fingers am I holding up? Oh, just the middle one? Okay, sorry. Just get that off my chest.
It's got some animosity. It's all right.
Oh, a lot.
Jamal preaches positivity, and he's the opposite of positivity. What? Jamal is brimming with negative energy.
Oh, they weren't going to win today anyways. It was the Spurs.
There you go. I didn't even look at the score. See, I stopped looking at the score. See, you negative Nancy. Negative Nancy.
But I personally, I don't see Kevin Durant any differently than I have before because I kind of feel like the same way Lowe just spoke to is I don't think he's ever been that type of locker room leader. He's just a walking bucket. And I feel like I don't want to say he's needed guys to lead, but teams need a defined leader within the locker room, and it's the organization's duty to put those pieces together. I think that they had something in Oklahoma that they let go. I'm sure the players had something to do with it, but if they would have kept that team together, whoo-wee. And then he found his way to Golden State where he won. I also, as crazy as it may sound, but I think that if they would have found a way to stick together in Brooklyn, that they might have won one. And I don't think that Kevin Durant was the leader within the locker room. He just knows how to play his role. And so, again, I think it's the organization's duty to put those pieces around him that find ways to lead within the locker. But Kevin Durant does what he does, and he's going to continue to do that no matter where he's at. I do think he has a little bit of arrogance because of his abilities on the court, which is I mean, to some, you could say it's justified. If I do my job and I do my job really, 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 really well, and I'm making more money than the coach, what are you really going to say to me? Like what are you going to say to me? Like Alfred Şengün could be the what do they call him, franchise player, whatever you want to call him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not better than Kevin Durant. He might be playing better from week to week at times, but there's so many games that I've watched that I'm like, why does Kevin Durant not have the ball in his hands right now? You know what I'm saying? And so they can call whoever they want to be the franchise player, but Kevin Durant is the bucket. He knows how to score. He knows how to be clutch. And I do think it's going to be very dysfunctional because no matter what he says or does moving forward, I do think that they do lack that locker room leader over there in Houston. And there are going to be players that truly believe Kevin Durant said those things. And that's a hard conversation, man. I don't even think you can. It doesn't matter. Like, there's nothing he can say to those people that's going to make them feel more comfortable and trust him. And then you got to think, like, Alfred Şengün's what, 25 years old?
Yeah, still a young gun.
Yeah, he's young. And so I don't want to say he's emotional, but I'd assume he's reactional. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be hard. He's going to have some tough conversations with the coach. And the coach is going to tell him, no matter what, this is your team moving forward. Kevin Durant will be here for a year or two at most. We're still trying to win. So let's stick to the script, yada, yada, yada. But it's gonna be entertaining, I'd say, at the least.
I will say now, I've praised Kevin Durant a lot on this show. He was, of course, played for my Phoenix Suns for 2.5 years. Kevin Durant is on my Mount Rushmore, my favorite basketball players of all time. I'll say it right here, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll continue to say it. Kevin Durant is on my Mount Rushmore of favorite NBA basketball players of all time. Now, let me get more specific, even more specific. Basketball. When he's playing basketball, I love to watch Kevin Durant because he is one of the greatest, and like I always say, he is the most skilled basketball player in the history of the game of basketball. Again, that's just my opinion. And I will continue to say that. Here's my problem with Kevin Durant. And it's not necessarily that Kevin Durant is a bad person, because I don't believe that. I don't believe Kevin Durant is a bad person. I just believe that sometimes he lets his ego get the best of him. He lets his arrogance get the best of him. And I think that was the case here. Again, I'm not saying that these are true, or I have hard evidence to say that these alleged Twitter accounts and the tweets from said accounts are true and they are Kevin Durant, but I would not be surprised if they were. And honestly, Tone, I asked you if you look at KD differently, if you knew that these tweets came from him. Excuse me.
Well, bless you.
I wouldn't look at him any differently because that's who Kevin Durant is. That's who Kevin Durant is. Kevin Durant is not confrontational. You've seen LeBron go confront Stephen A. Smith face to face because of what he was saying about his son. If Kevin Durant had a problem with any one of these analysts, broadcasters, whatever it is, he'd tweet him. He'd message him. He's not a confrontational person. That's not who Kevin Durant is. So he gets all of his thoughts out on social media. I mean, I know somebody who he sent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages to. And just because he was upset about what they were saying. But if there was one thing I could tell Kevin Durant, honestly, if there was one thing I could tell Kevin Durant, is stop caring what other people think. Because he'll tell you, oh, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't give a damn about all that. He absolutely cares, because if he didn't, he wouldn't be as willing as he is to go back and forth with these random people on Twitter. Kevin Durant makes $40 million, $50 million a year playing a game. And these people are sitting, in their houses, and I don't know what these people's situations are. A lot of the times, they're not making as much money as Kevin Durant. They're not as successful as Kevin Durant. And so why he continues to believe and why he takes these things so personal about what people are saying about him, I refuse to understand. I do. And again, if you came out and told me, said, hey, if I had a source and could say, hey, you know what? I know for sure that those burner accounts and those messages that burner account was putting out, that was Kevin Durant. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. And again, that's just who Kevin Durant has been throughout his entire career. He's been the person to not like what other people say and let them know about it on Twitter. And he says he has fun doing it. To each his own. To each his own. I don't understand why he does it. Genuinely don't.
You see Mo, and now he's gonna tweet you today for saying that.
Yep, that's okay. Tweet me, Kevin Durant. I got something for you. Go ahead.
What do you got for him?
Jersey,
Rub? Just like maybe BB?
Huh?
Since we got a jersey signed.
Oh, well, if that's the case, you know what? I'll take it. But like, you know what I'm saying? I continue to say Kevin Durant is one of my favorite basketball players of all time. He is, because how skilled he is and how fun he is to watch. Outside the court, again, I'm not saying that he's just this bad person, because I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's a sensitive person. That's what I do think.
To a certain extent, though, is he just being brutally honest? I mean, it's a shame that he's sharing it with whomever he's tweeting to, but if he's just sharing his feelings and he's being brutally honest, what's so wrong with that?
Here's my thing. If you're gonna say it
To their face.
Say it, not only that, but that as well. Say it to their face, and if you're gonna say it from your account. Say it from your account. Let people know that that's what you think. Just do that, or just don't say it at all.
Really don't like you, Mo.
It's okay, because I love you.
I just feel like, I don't know. Knowing the position he's in and knowing that it's a business, that's tough for him to do. So he's trying not to be the irresponsible one, but I guess there's no way you can be responsible when you're releasing that type of information.
And you know what? Where's NBA's HR? Where are they at? You know what I mean? Where's their HR rep? Where's that at?
You stupid A. Oh my God.
I definitely would think by now it'd be in his contract for them to be like, listen, you can only have one burner account.
Yeah.
You can't name your teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about who you want to talk about, but not your teammates.
Yeah, got to put that in the contract.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he cares so much about what people think about him. And, you know, as great as Kevin Durant is, he's not flawless. He's definitely not flawless.
Yeah, he can't win a ring without Steph Curry.
Bro, he got the lotion deal. Now he need the brush deal. I'm sorry.
You do need the brush deal. It's either just cut it off or brush your hair. You know what I'm saying?
No. Come on, KD. I can hook you up with the 3 moisturizers and the hair sheen joint so we can get the wave game going. I don't know what it is. If you don't like wave caps, I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? You can't be that elite just rolling out of bed and going to the game, though.
You got to get a page out of Braun's book. With that
somebody
fake
book,
taper,
barbershop book, something.
So UCLA's men's basketball coach, okay, it's called Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin, well, maybe I should start off by saying this. UCLA played Michigan State the other day, and during the game, one of his players committed a hard foul. You know, I think one of Michigan State's players was going up, and he got him. You know, hit him on the head real hard, and he ejected his own player. The referees didn't eject him for a flagrant foul or anything. He ejected his own player. Okay, now already kind of looked sideways off of that. And here, after the game, in the post-game scrum that he was doing, there was a reporter that asked him about the student section of Michigan State, because obviously in a college basketball game, a student section is very, I wouldn't say critical to the basketball game, but it's a very, very big part of the fans in the arena. You know, they're probably the loudest in the arena because that's their school. That's what they're passionate about. Here is what he had to say after the game.
Student section chanting Booker's name.
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you.
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
All right, I'll take it.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the?
Do you really think I care about the other team's
No, I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you
team.
raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just.
Yeah, you are.
talking.
Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
I'm not raising.
Come on. Yes, you were. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
The preparation.
D'Lo, after hearing those comments, again, I don't think the question was out of pocket. I think it was an okay question. I mean, when you look at a fan base, a lot of the times, you know, if you're in a playoff game in the NFL, you'll get asked, okay, you know, did the atmosphere affect, you know, the communication in the game? Or did the, you know, how loud the fans were? Did that affect the communication in the game? Did that have any part on the game? He was asked about the student section of Michigan State. And he, you know, got to telling them, oh, that, you know, I want to give you the award for the worst question of all time. And then he had the nerve to talk to this man as if he was a child, D'Lo. And so I don't want to go. I don't want to take too much off of this. I want to get your thoughts after hearing that and listening to that. Your thoughts on that interaction between Mick Cronin and that reporter.
I hire him. I mean, realistically, any person that just looks down on another person for simply doing their job and asking a question that they think is a good question that people would want to talk about, like, fire the guy. Me personally, I don't think that there's any room in sports for that, let alone, you know, just straight human interaction. Like, you told him this is the worst question ever, and then he started complaining that because he thought that he was the reporter was raising his voice at him. Like, that's just blasphemous to me that you could treat another human that way. So if I was UCLA, I would let him go immediately, regardless of whether he's a good coach or not, because that just doesn't scream winning basketball. And UCLA has always been a good organization. So the fact that this is coming from their head coach slot says about what UCLA is willing to put on the table. So if something isn't done about this, whether I think he should be fired, but at the very least he should be penalized, it would reflect poorly on UCLA. I genuinely think that. So, yeah, just not a good look.
Tone, after hearing that soundbite, that clip of Mick Cronin talking to the reporter the way he was, and Tone, I know you very well. You are an East Coast man, you know, and again, the East Coast is a little bit different than, you know, places like Los Angeles where this where this coach coaches. If somebody were to talk to you, if even, you know, whether it's Mick Cronin or, you know, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, or Tyler Hero, or Drake, whatever it is, if somebody were to talk to you in this fashion and you are just trying to do your job, how do you look at this interaction between Mick Cronin and the reporter?
Yeah, I probably would have got in trouble at a certain point because I'd have been trying to keep my job. And I'd have said some things that have been questionable on my end. But my borderline assumption is that the coach was butthurt. He knew that he made the wrong decision. He made a mistake. I wouldn't put it past somebody already whispered in his ear, like, bro, what are you doing? And then that certain questions just take you over the edge. He should have the wherewithal. Again, you're a leader of men. You should have the wherewithal to go, you know what? Hey, I'll take the fine and head into the locker room. You know, like I gotta ignore this. I gotta ignore the questions today. I messed up, and then maybe come out the next game where you have a separate post interview or whatever the next afternoon and just apologize for your actions and give some type of reporters some questions, some answers to some questions. I don't know why he chose. Sometimes your true colors show. And so maybe that's how he really thinks of reporters or people in general. Certain times people make a certain amount of money and they just, they feel as though they're better than others, which is unfortunate. I'm sorry. I need to hear. I want to hear the question that anyone asked him about why he chose to send his player to the locker room. That's the question I really want to hear.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that people, when they're put in those positions, you have to learn how to adjust to your own mistakes and almost laugh it off. You know what I'm saying? There'll be another day. But you could have really ruined a player's career. And some coaches do that with one decision or another. And sending somebody to the locker room for a hard foul is that's insane. So to then act like a child and treat someone like they're a child is just ignorant.
I had a few takeaways from this. First one, you can be the head coach of the UCLA Bruins. You can be the head coach of the New England Patriots. You can be the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. You could be Michael Jordan. You cannot talk to me any way you want to. You absolutely cannot. And honestly, I give a lot of credit to the reporter that asked him this question and had this back and forth with him. Because me, I'm terrified to see how I would have acted in that situation. Because both of you can attest to this. We were all raised on respect. On respect. What's the golden rule? It's cliche, but the golden rule growing up, treat people how you want to be treated. Now, I'm not sure if Mick Cronin has children, but if somebody was talking to his children like that, would he like that? If somebody was talking to his father, his mother like that, would he like that? His siblings, would he be okay with that? I can't tell you his actual answer, but I can tell you 99% the answer is no. And I don't know if he's come out with an apology. I haven't seen. I hope he has. I'm hoping that UCLA came out with a statement apologizing for the way that Mick Cronin talked to that reporter. But he was talking to him as if he was a child. That is a grown man that has bills and has things that he's working on. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And for Mick Cronin to talk to him like that, I can't even imagine. I can't fathom. If that was one of my siblings, if that was one of you guys, if that was, one of the people closest to me, I would be livid. Livid. And again, it's just, and I'll tell you what, you think if that same question is asked to him, if he won, he's going to respond that same way? And it's the thing I get on Anthony Edwards about. And you guys know this. Act the same way in a loss as you would in a win. And act the same way in a win as you would in a loss. What's wrong with the first part of the answer? I don't mind. I coach UCLA. The Michigan State student section don't got anything to do with me. Move on. But it's the fact that he went out of his way to disrespect this man the way that he did, treating him as if he was a child, is the thing that really blows my mind on how you can talk to somebody in that way and then be okay with it. In your own conscience, be okay with it. It blows my mind, honestly.
And I think the other thing is that if you're UCLA, specifically with this men's basketball program, it would be within your best interest to fire him at this point. Obviously, just because what he did was unacceptable, but when you look at it, he ejected his own player. If you're a high school athlete and you see that your coach is willing to eject you for making a basketball play, you're not going to want to play for that guy. I
No,
wouldn't want to play for that guy. So I think if they keep him, UCLA is shooting themselves in the foot. If they keep him,
Has that ever
No,
happened before?
honestly, that's a great question.
that's a great question. I don't know. But when you look at it, if I'm a 4 or 5 star athlete and I want to go play basketball, I don't want to play basketball under this guy that might eject me if I make a basketball play that somehow turns dangerous. Like I was
Yeah,
just trying to make a basketball play. I just watched the play. It's not like he did that on purpose.
it's a great point.
He was
That's
just
a
going for
really
a
good point.
block. Swung his arm and it hit him accidentally.
Yeah, it'd
So
be
you're telling
insane
me
if something came out about them having some type of prior altercation and that
yeah.
being why he treated
So
his own player unfairly.
when you look at it like from that perspective though, I think that UCLA basketball is being put in a really bad position if there is no punishment for this. And even if they keep him, I just I think either way it's a lose-lose.
That's a really great point. It is. It's not a good look for that organization. It really isn't. So I'm hoping, D-Lo, I'm with you. I'm hope something is taken. I'm hope actions are taken. I hope there's an apology, publicized towards this reporter because that's just
I just
unacceptable.
looked on their Twitter too. There is nothing that came out.
That, that's insane to me. That is insane to me. Okay. All right, boys. Let's get to the main event. The main event of this show. Bleacher Report came out with their top 99 players in the NBA as we speak today. Okay. Now, we were kind of talking about this list a little bit before the show, and there were some things that stood out, and there were some things that were just flat out ridiculous on this
Top
list.
10 were green.
So, sorry, one more time, sir.
Huh?
Hmm?
I was saying the top 10 were green.
Top 10 were green.
Well,
Top 10 were green.
pretty sure none of the guys in the top 10 were green. Oh,
Yeah,
no, there's one. There's one.
Is there? Oh, there's one. There's one guy in the top. There's one
Yeah,
guy in the
there
top
is.
10 that were green.
Yep.
At least for right now.
At least for now.
Yeah, Giannis is a top 10.
He's not even playing. He's not even wearing no colors.
You know who else isn't wearing any colors?
Devin Booker, my bad. Too soon. Way too soon.
You're right. You know what? Can we start tanking? It was a good first half of the season. Can we just go and start, wrapping it up? Oh wait, we don't have
Might
a
as
pick.
well tank now.
Yeah, because next season I can find a little bit more money.
This is,
Anyways,
hold on. Is this the right list? Hold on.
yeah,
Look,
I have it pulled up.
Jamal got the wrong list. You got the one from 2022.
I think I do have the wrong list because I've seen Anthony Davis on here, and they had Anthony Davis at 12.
Yeah, that's the wrong list. Anthony
Wrong
Davis
list,
was at like
bro.
40 something.
As he should be. But D-Lo, you've taken a look at this list.
I got the list.
What?
I got it pulled up.
What stands out to you on this list? Who is misplaced? Who is in the right place? Who should not be better than such and such? What stands out to you the most on this list?
And I just want to specify real quickly that this list is based off of this season alone. Okay. It's how, can my camera go over here? It's how players have been playing this season. And when you think of it like that, this guy, and I hate to call him out because Tone, you want to, yeah, that guy, over there. He plays for that team. Is not in the top 10. And that's ridiculous considering he is top 3 in MVP odds right now.
How in the world?
It's
Bro,
unbelievable.
who works at Bleacher Report? The Hall of Fame committee?
Honestly, that's what it sounds like.
And it's crazy because, like, why aren't we working at Bleacher Report making a lot of money and we would make better lists anyway?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Devin Booker would be number 1 on my list.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, you're not getting hired.
Hired and fired the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Well, based off of how Bleacher Report likes their list, Maul might actually get to keep his job.
Yep.
But no, like, that's crazy. You have a guy who is top 3 in MVP odds right now, not in the top 10.
You know what I will say before we get too deep into this conversation is on our last show, Twin Kyson spoke to JB being the face of the league when I suggested that Tatum had that opportunity. This is the reason why I think JB can't. Because when it comes to these type of conversations, and this is why I feel as though JB likes to speak highly of himself when he's interviewed. Because it's often that when ESPN or Bleacher Report or basketball.com, whenever these guys do these lists, JB is just outside that circle of superstars, and I don't understand why.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay. I will say, okay. Now, for whatever reason, a lot of the guys that I like to, kind of spew on and go off on a tangent on, I've given a lot of support recently. I gave a lot of support to Jason Tatum on Tuesday, which I actually went and vomited volatile. Let's move on. That's VOQ. I don't know how to spell it, but I vomited a lot. I threw up a lot after giving Jason Tatum as much credit as I did last week. Here's the other thing that stands out to me. Okay. The top 10, a little shaky. Okay. The top 6, I'm okay with. So I'll go over the top 6.
I'm not okay with the top 6.
Oh, I'm very much okay with the top 6.
No. There's a guy at number 3 that I don't think should be at number 3.
Oh, he absolutely should be at number 3. There's no reason why you should.
Y'all have a whole separate side conversation. I haven't seen the top.
You want to know who's at number 3?
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic at number 3.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not okay with it.
Man, again, in the past, this is something I used to have these sidebar conversations with Maul all the time, or I drop him in the chat. The man who has a low light list of defense and was exposed at the beginning of this year through about 30 games to where he started to step up. But there was about 30 games into the season to where there was another low light video clip of him playing nonchalant defense, is 3rd in the NBA. Which, hold on, Maul, you just spoke about how you, as a fan, want to see your players, your team, show that they're giving effort.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to ask.
Listen, I'm okay with Luka Doncic being at number 3. I have no problem with it. Because listen, here's the top 6, okay? And I'm okay with the top 6. At number 6, you have Kawhi Leonard. Number 5, you have Giannis. Number 4, you have Wemby. Number 3, you have Luka. Number 2 is SGA. Number 1 is Jokic. I'm okay with that. Here's where my problem lies. My problem lies, one of my problems with this list, in the top 10. What?
Kawhi's playing better than Jaylen Brown?
No. But, okay, as of recently. Over the last month?
Did you not see? They literally played each other.
Yeah, didn't Kawhi have like 30?
No. He had like 17, and Jaylen Brown won.
Listen.
That was literally after he was averaging like 38 points on a 6 to 7 game span that he ran against the Celtics, and JB said, I got him. and held him to under 20,
Derek
gave him
White-
30,
Derek
and
White
won
was
the
playing
game.
pretty good defense. Derek White was locking down.
It's still, come on, Bleacher Report. Get it right.
There's no reason Jaylen Brown should be outside of the top 10 at the very least. At the very least. Here's my biggest gripe, okay? D-Lo, and I think you're going to agree with me. They have Donovan Mitchell at number 8.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, the guard
I was going to
for the
say,
Cleveland Cavaliers.
'cause you said the top 6, and I'm like, I hope you're not going to talk about number 7.
No, oh, let me get there. Oh, I'll get there because they have Donovan Mitchell at number 8. Okay? Here are the players that are not too far behind him. Anthony Edwards, better than Donovan Mitchell. Absolutely. Not Steph. Steph. Tyrese Maxey. I might put Tyrese Maxey above Donovan Mitchell right now. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is better than Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson is better than Donovan Mitchell. Yes. Now, at number 7, when you talk about Cade Cunningham, Jaylen Brown is better than Cade Cunningham.
I agree.
Anthony Edwards is better than Cade Cunningham.
I agree.
Why are these two guys? Why is Cade Cunningham above those guys?
Okay. I'm fine with that as long as you're not kicking him out the top 10.
Because honestly,
realistically, if we're speaking this season, Jaylen Brown should be in the top 3. That's crazy.
I don't know
that
if
you
I go
made a face,
that far.
and it's crazy
I
that
don't know
you
if I
made a
go that
face.
far.
It's real crazy that you made a face.
I don't think I'd go that
What do you
far.
mean? What do you mean?
I don't want to go that far.
The fact that JB's got his team in a better position than Donovan, he's averaging more points, more assists, more rebounds, and he's being more efficient with less.
I wouldn't go top 3. We could talk about top 5 though.
And I will say that JB is number 4 in scoring, and Donovan is number 5. So although I think JB should be above Donovan, I am questioning how low we would want to put Donovan. I mean, he's 5th in scoring in the entire league.
I'm not taking. If I'm starting a franchise this season, even off of this season, I'm taking Anthony Edwards, taking Cade Cunningham.
But here's the thing though, Wall, is I think that we as fans like to change the question. What I believe they're supposed to be encompassing with this is where the players are playing within their team and the success they're having right now. And so although AE and others may be better players, AE doesn't have his team in a better position right now. He's not averaging more points right now.
Who's a better defender?
Oh, I would definitely say
It's closer than people think, though.
It's not. No, it's absolutely not.
It is.
Donovan Mitchell. Hey, Anthony Edwards does not get targeted on defense like Donovan Mitchell does.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Jaylen Brown. We're talking about Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
I thought we were still talking about JB.
No. Okay, now that is a conversation.
Like, that's a lot closer than people think.
Although people would say AE is a better defender, Jaylen Brown is the only player in the top 5 on both sides. Top 5 in scoring and top 5 on opponents' efficiency rating when it comes to defense. The only player within the entire NBA.
Now, again, Jaylen Brown should be top 5 in this list.
He should be top 3.
No, he shouldn't.
I'm putting him above Luka.
Definitely.
I can't.
Oh,
Give me reasons why.
oh,
Validate your argument.
Because if I'm picking a player to start my franchise with,
that's not the question.
Right now.
But that's not the conversation. You have
We're
to
ranking players off of this season.
Playing on right
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Franchise. He's on the Lakers. You're talking about starting a franchise. You can't just put him on the Suns and then build around him. He's on the Lakers. So for what he's doing on the Lakers, which he's playing 75% of the time, how effective is he on both sides of the floor?
I can argue. Okay, now don't look at me crazy. I can argue. Okay, listen. Let me explain my point, though. Okay, let me explain my point. Because Luka Doncic, okay, the other team's best defender guards Luka Doncic. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
If the Celtics were playing the Boston Celtics or the Los Angeles Lakers, who would be guarding Luka? Would it be Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
It would be Jaylen Brown, right? At least for most of the game, Jaylen Brown would start on Luka.
I think so. I don't watch enough Boston games to know, but
I agree.
On how effective Luka is offensively and how much problems he causes offensively. You don't think that's going to tire out the other team's best defender?
No. We watched JB guard he's averaging 29 points. Did you not just hear what I just said? He's the only player in the NBA who is top 5. And he's averaging 29.3 points. He's top 5, 29.3. He's the only one. And so he's doing this on a nightly basis. He's guarding Cade. He's guarding Luka. He's guarding Donovan. He's guarding Tyrese Maxey. He's doing this every night and still averaging 29.3. This is why he was jumping out of the pool dunking. This is why he runs up sand mountains. This is why he's been doing what he's been doing and working out and conditioning his body the way he has, because he wanted to be this level of a player.
Again, I'm not saying that it's that big of a drop-off. But again, if I put Luka on the Celtics and Jaylen Brown on the Lakers, I don't think it'll be that much of a difference. I think both teams would be extremely successful.
Do you not understand the level of defense that he brings to the Celtics and that Luka does not? He's one of the worst defenders in the league.
Also, Jaylen Brown is 23 in defensive rating.
No.
I'm looking at a list here. Jaylen Brown is 23 in defensive rating in the league.
It's not defensive rating. I gotta look at the name of the name of the site.
But
anyways, while he looks that up,
it can. Honestly, give me Luka. Give me Luka.
You can feel that way. But
Now,
again, based off of the list, and we're talking specifically this season, if they're ranking players from this season, there's no reason that Jaylen Brown, let's accommodate Maul here, should not be at least top 5.
Top 5, you got me. Top 5, you got me.
I think he should be top 3. I'm sure Tone thinks he should be top 3. We can agree on top 5. We can move on.
We can agree on top 5. We can agree on top 5.
Perfect.
The only thing is, as long as guys like Jokic and SGA, who is also a really bad defender. Yes.
Can we just say SGA is a really bad defender?
Yes.
What?
Yes. He gets targeted by every single team they play against.
That's because he's probably one of the worst defenders on his team.
Not one of the worst. He is the worst.
No, he's not.
What defender is SGA a better defender on?
On his team?
On his team.
I'd likely say he's a better defender than Wiggins.
Aaron Wiggins? There's no way. No.
Are you watching Thunder game from home?
Aaron Wiggins comes in and plays defense. That is what his job is to do. 3-and-D.
I'm not saying
doing that from start to finish.
I'm not saying
He's a
he's not
3-and-D
good
guy.
at defense. I'm not saying that. We're talking about the fact that you said SGA is really bad at defense.
He's not a good defender.
Bro, the fact that you say that and then literally don't say it about Luka is insane.
No, Luka is really bad. No,
this is
Luka
why we
is a
get
very
flamed on
bad
TikTok.
defender.
This is why we get flamed on TikTok.
Oh, the man
Luka is a very bad defender. He's horrible on defense.
Has 1.4 blocks. So you got to be
Luka is
trying.
horrible.
You got to be trying.
Luka is horrible on defense. But SGA is not a very good defender. He's a very overrated defender. You don't think Devin Booker is? I watched Devin Booker target him. I've seen Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum target SGA. I've seen the other team's best player target SGA, whether Aaron Wiggins is on the floor or not.
Specifically because that team is star-studded with defenders. And
Yeah,
how long it took me to figure out who. I'm like, damn, I guess, yeah. You think about Caruso.
When you think about their starting lineup, Caruso, Dort, Jada, Chet, like you're not going out of your way to target these guys. So the only one that's left is SGA.
Okay, so again,
and then based off of that logic, I've seen players that we claim are really good at defense get targeted. I've seen it.
Ooh. Name one.
I hate to be that guy. You like to call him a great defender. Well, not a great defender, but like a good defender. I've seen Booker get targeted. I've seen it. So we're now saying that Booker is a terrible defender?
No.
Why are we saying it about SGA?
Because that's not who gets targeted. I don't know when you've seen Devin Booker get targeted on defense.
I've seen it.
When?
I've seen it.
When?
Plenty of time. Plenty.
So again, if it's plenty of times, you can tell me one time where Devin Booker got targeted on defense. Because as long as I've seen, and I've watched, you know how much Devin Booker I've watched. Because this season, it's Colin Gillespie that's getting targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, it was Chris Paul that was getting targeted. Before that, it was Tyler Ulis, Eric Bledsoe who was getting targeted. Or not Goran Dragic, who's getting targeted. So again, D'Lo, please explain to me when you've seen Devin Booker get targeted.
You don't think that they put D-Book in pick and rolls to force a switch?
The only thing I'll give you, the only time I'll give you, and this is a very basketball move, is to get a big on a small, on a guard. In that case, if you want to get Şengün or if you want to get Jokic on Booker, you got me. You got me. But Devin Booker, SGA isn't hunting Devin Booker. James Harden isn't hunting Devin Booker. So again, can you please explain to me a time that Devin Booker has been targeted on defense? And I'll sit here and wait for you to find one.
Ain't it?
I couldn't tell.
Well, I mean, I do have Gillespie on the team, who's likely a lesser defender than Devin Booker. So why would you target Booker when you could target Gillespie?
But that's the thing. Even when Devin Booker is defending the guy that their best player or whoever, whether Devin Booker is defending Stephon Castle like he was tonight, or whether he's defending SGA, or whether he's defending James Harden, they are looking to get the switch. Because if Devin Booker was that bad of a defender, they wouldn't look to get the switch from Colin Gillespie to Devin, or from Devin Booker to Colin Gillespie.
It's just, why am I going to pick on a 10-year-old when I can pick on a 6-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm going to continue to pick on a 6-year-old.
But if you know you can pick on the 10-year-old, why use the extra effort to go out and target the 6-year-old?
That's part of just like if in football. If you have two corners and one of them is worse than the other, you're going to pick on the one that's worse. I'm not going to try to try to go against. He's worse than the other guy. So I'm gonna attack him.
But again, like if he was that bad of a defender, it wouldn't matter.
It
wouldn't
does
matter.
because
It does
Gillespie is
matter.
worse.
Okay. I'll use us as an example. And again, I'm not actually saying this, but I'm just saying for metaphorically purposes only. D'Lo, if I know I can score on you, but Tone is an easier person to get by. I'm not going to go through the extra effort to go out and try and find Tone to try and get a bucket. I already know I can get on D'Lo.
This is why you're not a coach. And Kevin's
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
Because I know I can go get a bucket on you. Why would I bring another defender over for the potential of me getting trapped? So I'm looking for the screen and roll, right? I'm Devin Booker. I'm the best player. I'm looking for a screen and roll. So I know I could go score on you, D'Lo, but I'm going to go try and get Tone because he's a worse defender. So I'm going to go try and get the pick and roll so that they have an opportunity to trap me, which means I can't score at all because then I have to pass the ball.
And then there's no point in running pick and rolls.
Yeah, that's literally what the NBA does, though, every night, though.
I understand that. But this is why off the ball movement is so important. This is why Steph Curry is as great as he is. Because, if he's running on the ball, pick and rolls every single play down the court, he's going to get trapped and he's going to have to give the ball up. Devin Booker, Jordan Ott draws up off the ball schemes, off the ball plays for him to come get the ball off the ball so that the other team does not have a chance to trap, no matter who.
According to Kevin Durant, Steph Curry not drawing up too many plays. Stephen Curry's not, put that out there.
No. According to Kevin Durant,
that's a
Stephen Curry is the only person they're drawing plays up for.
Yeah, but he said Steve Kerr is not drawing up any plays.
Okay, maybe it's not Steve Kerr. Maybe it's the assistant coaches, whatever it is.
But like the thing is, Maul, is that you're saying, let's use this example. You think that D-Book himself thinks that he can go out and get a bucket on anybody. So then what is the point of running these plays for D-Book? Why not just let him ISO and score?
Because it is a big difference from trying to score on Jalen Williams or Lou Dort than it is scoring on SGA. That's a big difference.
Okay,
it is not as much of a difference. It is not as much of a difference when I'm trying to score on again metaphorically score on you when I know I can score on you, and I'm just gonna go get myself stuck in a trap.
So you think it's that close between Gillespie and Devin Booker? Is what you're saying?
No.
So what are you saying?
Okay, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting lost in the point too. Because what you're telling me is that people will specifically go out and put themselves in this trap position to go out and hunt SGA, as you're saying, but they won't do it to get Colin Gillespie? Am I reading that right?
They will do it to get Colin Gillespie.
But they won't do it to get SGA.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Because you told me teams hunt Devin Booker.
They do.
Yes.
Just like teams hunt Colin Gillespie.
But I
pointed out
that it might be a little bit less that they hunt Devin Booker because he has lesser defenders on his team versus SGA with that 5. He is the quote unquote weak defender because he has star-studded defenders around him. When you look at Devin Booker, he has 1 or 2 lesser defenders in the lineup. So he might not get picked on as much, but he's getting hunted.
He's not getting hunted.
Hey, listen, man. All I'm going to say is that I've been to Heat Suns games, and I've seen Tyler hunt him.
You know why you got to see him play a lot of defense in the USA games?
Why?
Because they were hunting him.
Oh, or maybe because Devin Booker was guarding the best player on the other team.
No, that wasn't because they were running pick and rolls as well.
Please go back and look. Please go back and look.
Watch the USA games. They were running.
I know. I did too.
Where do you think pick and roll came from? You think it came from American basketball?
No. In the last Olympics, go look at what everybody said. Go look at what Steph Curry said. Go look at what LeBron said. Go look at what Steve Kerr said.
Yes, they were hunting Devin Booker. And
no, you can't hunt somebody you can't hunt somebody if they're already guarding the best player. Devin Booker was guarding the best player on that Olympic team. Go look at the tape. Go look at the tape. And look what everybody said. Steph Curry said the same thing. LeBron said the same thing. KD said the same thing. Embiid said the same thing. That was the starting lineup. So who do you think was guarding the best player? It was Devin Booker. Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape and then go listen to what these players are saying.
Is Devin Booker a better defender than SGA?
Yes.
All right. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Yep. It was fun. We enjoyed this.
Hey, I'll tell you what. SGA wasn't guarding Steph. In the Olympics, was SGA guarding the best player?
Doesn't Dylan Brooks play on that team?
He does.
So
didn't Jason Tatum play on the USA team?
Make it. No, he didn't. He played what, 3 games?
Was he healthy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they had an option to put Jason Tatum in the game instead of Devin Booker. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. Steve Kerr got something.
I would say a lot of people felt as though he should have been playing.
I'm not other people. I'm going off of what was on the tape.
Yeah. Hey, so, Jaylen Brown, is Jaylen Brown a better defender than Devin Booker?
He is.
So why didn't he get an opportunity to play?
What that got to do with me?
Exactly.
I'm talking about the players who are on the team.
I can't give you the ins and outs of that. I'm just giving you the reality of the situation. Devin Booker's not as good a defender as Jaylen Brown. And when you look at it right now, Devin Booker's not as good a player as Jaylen Brown.
No, he's not.
Right now, okay, then. So then, given all of those facts, it would seem as though Jaylen Brown should have gotten that opportunity, right?
I couldn't tell. Okay. Devin Booker was starting on that team and won a gold medal.
I can't with you, Mo.
What am I saying that's wrong? Did Devin Booker not start on that team and win a gold medal?
So you're not gonna take your best? Why would you not take your best?
According to the gold medal that they all got, that was the best.
You just told me that Devin Booker's not as good as Jaylen Brown. So out of your own mouth, you're telling me that Jaylen Brown is better.
Right now, yes. That was the question, right?
Oh, am I tripping?
That was the question. Was that not the question? You said right now, Jaylen Brown is a better player than Devin Booker. And I said yes.
You think Jaylen Brown wasn't as good as he was then as he is now?
He's a much better player than he was.
No. Jaylen Brown has been this good. Is that players sacrifice to win. It's called a system.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just opportunity.
Yeah, we don't have Porzingis. We don't have Drew Holiday. We deal with players that are no longer on the team, so he has to fulfill bigger shoes. And we don't have Jason Tatum, by the way. Y'all don't have Kevin Durant. Devin Booker not playing better.
What?
Y'all do not have one of the most prolific scorers that ever played the game, and Devin Booker has not taken the step that Jaylen Brown has taken within his system.
Oh! Now you want to change up the phrasing. Now you want to change. You didn't say that the first time.
I said he's not playing better.
He is You look at their record. You don't think it's a big part of that?
Dillon Brooks has won so many games by himself.
Well, okay. How many? So many, right? So many.
What is this?
Where do we get here from?
Devin Booker, the conversation just goes crazy. Hey, shout out to D Booker cooking, man.
I was just trying to bring up a point, and now we're here.
Like, he's a pretty good defender.
Yeah, I mean he is. I'm not saying he's this all worldly defender. He's not.
They're 5-7 this year without Devin Booker.
Well, all of those. Did Dillon Brooks play all of those games?
He absolutely did.
Has Dillon Brooks missed a game this year?
He's missed 3. He missed today because he's suspended, and then he missed 2 early games in the year because of some groin injury.
Shout out to DB. Shout out to DB, man.
Y'all gotta stop disrespecting Devin Booker.
No,
Charlie, hey,
I'm not trying to disrespect Booker. I was just trying to
couldn't
bring up
tell.
a point.
I couldn't tell.
I
I was just
definitely
trying to-
stated that he had lesser. It's just a situation on
Like
that.
like before I even brought it up, I said no disrespect, but I was gonna give an example.
Also, I'm never the one to bring up Devin Booker. It's always you guys.
I literally said no disrespect, but I'm gonna use this as an example.
Yeah, so that's
And
your fault that the conversation went left.
yeah, and I was just trying to make a point.
Yep. And see what you did?
Just because SGA happens to
And
be
do you understand what you did?
the worst defender on the floor for the Thunder does not make him a terrible defender.
Got a good one.
He's still averaging a steal and a block a game.
Whoa. I know we're not relying on stats. Someone told me that stats can fool you.
It can,
Yeah.
Okay.
but the eye test also can't.
And the eye
Have you
test,
watched SGA play defense?
I have. I watched Devin Booker hit a game winner over in his face.
Oh, when
And-
was that?
What is that?
This
What
year.
does that prove? What does that prove?
I'm
Because
just saying.
I watched Matt Ishbia make a shot over
Taco Fall.
Yeah. And so
We're
again,
taking one shot
all right,
and now saying SGA is a terrible defender?
first of all, stop saying I didn't say he's a terrible. I said he's not a good defender.
Did he not say SGA is a terrible defender? Did he
He's
not
not a
say
good
that?
defender. He's not a good defender. Because you guys are first of all, again, we keep circling back to Devin Booker because you guys
We can talk about other defenders. We can
But
talk
you
about
guys-
other people.
you guys are bashing on Luka, okay? Because Luka is not a good defender. Luka's not a
He's
good defender.
not. He's one of the worst.
They're not even those are not even comparable. SGA to Luka. It's not even comparable.
But
Now, the thing is that Luka could be an okay defender. He just doesn't play defense.
He literally stands there, like stands in space. Same things I see LeBron do at age 40, Luka does.
I saw Luka carry his basketball team to the NBA Finals.
Hey, and that's cool.
I saw, and there was not, and what elite defender was on that basketball team?
Elite, they had PJ, they had Gafford.
He's an elite defender.
Like this.
Those are elite defenders.
At that time, they were playing great defense.
Would you put them in the A or S tier of defenders in the NBA?
Not at the moment, no. But
No. On that finals run. So PJ Washington was as a good a defender as the Kawhis, as the Jason Tatums, as the Giannis's. PJ, you
Not
put
S
PJ Washington.
tier.
was playing
Not
great
S
defense at the
tier.
time.
You said
So
A
would you
tier.
put
You
would you
said
put
A
PJ
tier.
Washington? Would you put PJ Washington in that defending class with the Wembys, with the Giannis's, with the Jason
I don't
Tatum?
think you have to do that. It's within their system. He was a top tier defender. He was doing his job.
You know what? I'm going to use your argument against you. Just because he's the best defender on that team doesn't make him an amazing defender. Just like you say, SGA is the worst defender on his team doesn't make him a bad defender.
Okay.
You're right.
So again, it's not like that. Like everybody on that team was just all world defensively. Luka carried his team to the finals. I can't say that about a lot of players. I for sure can't say that about Jaylen Brown.
He's carrying them to the second place right now.
No. The NBA finals. I cannot say that about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, but what's the point that you're trying to prove though?
That the Luka Doncic deserves his number 3 spot in the top players.
We're talking about this season, and you're talking about
Yes.
2 years ago when he lost in the playoffs and almost got swept.
Luka Doncic is a top 3 player in the NBA.
2 years ago. What he
Today.
doing? What spot is he in right now on the Lakers? What spot they in?
4
Exactly.
in the Western Conference.
Okay.
Who's the better conference?
Go check the stats of the teams. There's like 3 teams that have the same record on the top 4 of both conferences. without OKC, they have the lead, but then it goes Detroit, then it goes Denver, and then it goes the Celtics, then it goes and so it's like it's not like it's that much of a difference. Yeah, shake your head all you want.
Well,
Don't change facts.
I don't think I like your attitude right now, Tom.
It hurts when
I don't think I like your attitude.
And to me, Luka ain't even been playing. He done sat out so many games. So I'm like, how can you be top 3? What's your best ability?
Availability.
Oh,
He played 42 games this year.
How many Jaylen Brown played?
Well, I don't know. I don't have. You think Jaylen Brown's
You
stats?
think it's more or less? Just guessing. You think it's more or less?
I say, what do you think?
No. I'm asking you. You think it's more or less?
He's also Luka Doncic is also leading the league in points per game.
We're not talking offensively though. We've been talking about defense this whole time.
Hey. You can talk about your mouth. I'm amazing. I'm smart. I know ball. I know ball. I know ball.
Just get this guy.
Huh? That's what I do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I know ball. Okay. And everybody knows that I'm right, even if they don't tell me that I'm right. Which is the case.
I don't think that's the case.
Which is the case that is right now. You guys know that I'm right. You just refuse to say it, which is okay. You guys are smart.
No.
You guys are smart. That's okay. That's all right.
That's just,
you know what?
It's a bad take.
And I accept your take. And I accept your apology.
And it's a bad take.
What's a bad take?
And I hope
it's a horrible
the
take.
people,
it's about as horrible as Luka's defense.
I hope the people on TikTok.
Luka is the top 3 player in the league. That's a bad take.
No, the
Horrible.
SGA is a terrible defender. That's your bad take.
He is not a good defender.
Yeah, you're 2 for 2 on bad takes today.
He is not a good defender.
Can we get to the 10 though? I need to hear the whole 10 now that we've had a 15-minute conversation about Luka and Devin Booker's defense.
All right, here you go.
All right, I didn't
after that, Cade is at 7, Donovan's at 8, Ant's at 9, and Steph is at 10. Here's your top 10.
The NBA attributes offense painfully too much, man. Well, which doesn't make any sense because how's Ant 9?
Mm-hmm. He's 9.
And then Cade, how's Cade 7? And he's got his team in second place in the entire NBA.
No, you don't want me to bring that conversation up.
Why not? I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
No, you wouldn't. Because this time this time I'd be bringing him up.
3 for 3?
Because when Devin Booker was winning 65 games, he got the same treatment. And Kyson said it the other day.
Okay, so then that would actually make it better, my point better.
I know.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Cade Cunningham should be getting more respect for what he's been able to do. But he's not going to because he's not in a big market. And again, I contribute it to Devin Booker. Devin Booker was 4th in MVP voting. That year he won 65 games. The best player on the best team in the NBA. Cade Cunningham is going to get the same disrespect because he's not on the Lakers or the Celtics or the Knicks.
Oh, thank you for proving all of our points. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next episode.
What?
Except for you said the Celtics. The Celtics don't get the respect. We're one of the most hated teams in the league.
That true shit. Hate the Celtics.
Goodness gracious! I'll tell you right now. As well as Jaylen Brown has played all year,
the Dallas Mavericks were picked to sweep us in that same finals. If you go look back at the analysts who they were picking, every single Stephen A, Shannon, everybody picked the Dallas Mavericks,
and that's okay.
Obliterate us.
And you guys won. and you guys deserve to win.
We would have swept them if we played Game 4 at home.
As well as Jaylen Brown has played all season, he deserves to be a top 5 player, and he is a top 5 player in the league right now, as well as he's been playing all year. If he's doing this on the Raptors, he's not getting the same. He's not getting the same MVP voting. He's not. He's on a Boston Celtics team.
But Jokic is, and Jokic plays for the Nuggets.
Because Jokic is averaging 30, 10, and 10. Jokic is the best player in the league.
Yeah, Jokic
he stands out.
He had Jamal Murray over there.
He stands out.
JB
Jokic
don't stand out?
Again, Cade Cunningham stands out, but he doesn't get the recognition because he's not on a small market team. You don't think Jaylen Brown is getting – he's not getting the same recognition as he is right now if he's having the same year on a team like the Utah Jazz.
But that's
or a team like the Toronto Raptors.
Boston Celtics won a championship 2 years ago. He's a Finals MVP.
Are the Boston Celtics
one of the best years of his career?
He absolutely is.
29. He's top 5 in scoring. Cade's not top 5 in scoring.
He absolutely is. And again, he's getting a lot of love, and he's having a fantastic year. But he wouldn't be getting the same MVP love if he was playing for a small market team. That's how the NBA is.
So let's not be like the NBA and be, you know what I'm saying? Not be biased. And let's state the facts that Cade Cunningham should be top.
He should be
top where?
Top 3, maybe 5 in MVP voting right now.
Oh, so hold on. Who you taking out of there?
SGA's out. Jokic is out. Right now, my MVP favorites. Jaylen Brown. Cade.
Jokic.
If he plays enough games, Jokic. But I don't know if he's going to play enough games. And the same thing with SGA. I don't know with this abdominal injury he's suffered. I don't know. There's some questions around it too. I don't know if he's going to be able to play enough games. But Cade should be at the very very most top 5 in MVP voting because of where he has that team from last year and to now, and he's the best player on the second best team in the NBA. That's how it should go. I would also like to point out, you know what? No, I'll wait till the end of the show. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Why are you guys so mad at me, man? What did I do? What did I do?
You've made some really bad takes today.
What did I do? Why you got? It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Did you eat another chip today?
No. I didn't want to die.
Because your train of thought seemed to be off, so I'm just trying to.
Why are you guys so mad at me? What did I do? I wish you guys would love me more. You know what I mean?
Oh, as stupid as you are, we love you.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It's okay.
Yeah, you're an Arizona sports fan.
Again, I didn't bring up anything about Arizona sports until somebody else was brought it up.
Gotta be a little insane to be an Arizona sports fan.
Well, I can. You have to be a bad person to be a Boston fan.
Hey, by any means necessary.
Oh,
you know what that means.
And I'm bad.
If you're born in Boston, you're a bad person automatically.
Yeah.
According to Jamal Gummo.
Yeah. I mean, D'Lo. I mean,
shout out to the Bean, man. Shout out to the people in the Bean.
Well, I mean, if you're Miami, no, because if you're San Francisco that's 2 teams across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, at least my you know where my loyalty lies. Anything Arizona?
Kansas City.
I support. No.
My bad.
Anything Arizona, I support. Tone, I gotta respect. Anything Boston, you support.
Yeah.
D'Lo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you say the same thing?
Yep.
Well, no, that'd be a lie.
What?
Yeah. But you want a hug?
He likes
Do
Tua.
we turn the ball over? Hell no.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's right. You're a Heat and a Dolphins fan and a Marlins fan.
No.
Oh, okay, hold on. So you're a Niners, Warriors, and Giants fan.
Nope.
No. That doesn't add up. 2 and 2, I added up earlier, and 2 and 2 did equal 4. Now, for some reason, I'm getting 3. D'Lo, you want a hug? Stop being upset. Okay? Stop being upset.
No, I'm not. I'm not being upset. I have a perfectly good reason as to why I like my teams.
Yeah. But if I give my reason, it's all I'm bandwagoning.
No, your reason is I grew up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Ain't no shame in that.
Hey. I don't like your attitude right now, D'Lo. Change it.
Don't
Hey,
rag on
man,
me.
shout out to everybody back home. We up 30 on the Warriors right now. Just want to point that out. We doing what we do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is like, players equivalent to us 3 out there playing for the
team
Warriors.
that the Suns just lost to. Oh, my bad. Damn it.
He did.
Goodness gracious.
He did.
Why would I do that?
He did. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? A little adversity, right? But, even if we lose the rest of the games, I'll be okay. Because you know what?
Yeah, I would blame you, too. If I was a Suns fan, I would hop all in the comments and blame Maul. Because he was the one that said y'all were only going to win 35 games. And, yeah.
I did say that. You know what? Then I'd be right, though. I do enjoy being right.
Yeah. I don't think they want you to be right, though. That's what I'm pointing at.
No, nobody wants me to be right, but I am right. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants me to be right.
Not all the time.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you know.
I remember last
year,
year, right? Opening game, the Knicks played the Celtics, and you had it's a low key bet that you were like, "Yo, the Knicks are gonna beat the Celtics game 1." And we watched that one live, you and me together at the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
They won.
Who's they?
Our fans, our subscribers. They won. They won because they get to see us talk and you guys be racist to me and be mean to me.
Wow. Speaking of that, yo,
whoa,
that's how they get the.
Why especially me?
That's crazy.
But let's move on.
Yo, shout out to our t-shirts though for the History Month, man. We all wearing, you know what I'm saying, our United Nations t-shirts.
Yeah, D'Lo, where's yours?
He got it on. He got the right colors on for the month. He's showing his true colors, and that's why we love you.
I'm getting told that I'm angry and a racist in one pod episode.
I knew there was a reason why you like Jerry Jones so much. Thank you all for watching. As I always say, if nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you. Hey, you know what? You watching right now, I love you. Okay? I love you. You matter. Okay? You have a purpose. All you have to do is go find it. When you wake up this morning, or tomorrow morning, I guess, or whatever morning you woke up, and you know what? You'd be grateful for what you do have.
Just wake up. Make sure you wake up.
Make sure you wake up. Because you got to be grateful for what you do have and not upset for what you don't. And if Tone, if you can, take it from
comment, and subscribe, and share with your cousins, brothers, baby's mother's sister,
and your dogs. And hey, we can't be animalists. Dogs, cats, fish.
Yeah, them too. Little bird,
snakes, birds. Well, yeah, I'll say we equality on this show, except unless you're D-Lo. But if you don't mind, and go ahead and follow all of our social medias: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube.
Turn them up.
I love them. This is going to be a good one because a lot of people aren't going to like what I say, but at the end of the day, they're going to know I'm right, and so they're going to let me know in the comments. But as always, shout out. What? You and your smelly finger. What is it?
If you like content similar to the last maybe 10 minutes of this episode, go follow the Wax Show on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of those.
Plug.
Yeah, go follow the Wax Show. New episode was out last week.
Last
Go
week.
watch that episode.
Yeah.
It's the wiggity 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 whack show.
As we definitely I know Maul likes to point me out as a racist, but there were definitely some racist things said on the show.
Yep.
Let's
got to a clip. All right. Thank you all for watching. And as always, shout out to my dog, my OG, and for the man we call the Generalizer Triple OG Tone. And for David Largo, a.k.a. co-host D-Lo, a.k.a. Flip Say Less, in which he was acting like his nickname today. And for yours truly, Jamal Gumo, a.k.a. Gumball, a.k.a.
You don't know.
You know Gumo.
Yeah, we have to take that nickname back from him.
Yeah,
Too late.
you don't know
Too late.
Gumo.
That's to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. We'll be back on, what's today? This will be out on Friday. Tuesday. Love you. And D-Lo, stop being, like Jerry Jones.